Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? This is New York Dan here. Yeah, as you can see, I made it back from the cruise ship safely. However, big surprise. I ended up getting a cold today. It was coming on yesterday too. I overdid it. I got up super early. I filmed those amazing views going out in New York, going into New York when the sun was just starting to cut, just getting a little light out. I did that, and then, man, then I went through New York City, and I walked it. Yup, I walked it again. Maybe a little on the dangerous side. You'll see my short that I put up. Having a little fun with these short videos. I like those. Those are cool. You can do like music with them and stuff. Yeah, I'm sipping on Earl Grey tea, guys. This is my high tea right here. Mm, that's just what the doctor ordered. I got to get better. 2 days, and it's Thanksgiving time. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Hope you guys have a good one. If I'm well enough, if I'm not staying home for it, we'll see if I get well enough. Hopefully, big surprise, right? Getting the cold from a cruise, right? If it gets any worse, I'll have to do a COVID test. So yeah, what's going on here? We got a lot of new subscribers. Welcome aboard, mateys. This is an eclectic channel here. Yeah, and sometimes we even talk about this crazy guy, Sarasota Tim. He's a cowboy now. He lives in Florida usually, but he goes out west, and when he does that, he becomes a cowboy. He breaks out a cowboy hat, does a bunch of stuff, does everything except rope and riding, basically. I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. I can't sing with my voice. Not that I can usually sing well anyway. All right, so I got a bunch of notes here. What I did since I've been sick, I was stuck in, okay? So I was watching some of Tim's adventure and seeing what's going on here. Figured I'd do a little commentary on it. What else am I going to do here? And yeah, some funny stuff going on. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys that walk to Penn Station, you won't believe this. I don't know if I mentioned it in my other videos, but by the way, the cruise is just getting started because most of what I filmed hasn't even gotten out of my phone yet. I'll be putting it up. You'll see it every day. And then this one here, I already did this cruise to Bermuda. That's going to come up too. This one, my girlfriend came with me. Maybe she spices things up a little. What do you guys think? Um, so yeah, the cab rides. If I had taken a cab over from Penn to the cruise ship, you will not believe this. A lady at my dinner table, she did just that. She was waiting for an Uber, and apparently they have a fixed price. So a yellow cab pulls up. He's like, forget the Uber, just cancel that out. I'll take you over to the ship. So she's like, okay. She gets to the ship. The guy she was telling me he put a mandatory tip on the fare of something like 18%. I didn't know about this stuff. I rarely take cabs. I rarely go into that city. This was an exception. So anyway, I'll go in again. I'll film more content. I'll bring you good content from the city. And also somebody said the homeless, there's a few homeless I passed by, and they were like, okay, maybe we could do something. Maybe you should pay it forward like Cowboy Tim. I'm working on that. I got that all figured out. I'm working on that. We're gonna do that sometime when I get enough. Now I got to catch up on stuff. When I get enough time, we're gonna do. I put a PayPal for the channel. We're gonna see if we can't get some Mickey D's gift cards together because they're easy to carry. Or maybe I'll just get me a bunch of Mickey D's from Suffolk County where I live. It's cheaper than the city, and bring in like a backpack, right? And then we'll hand those out to some of the homeless. And you know what I'd like to do is interview some of them, find out what their story is. How did they end up getting in that situation? It's a bad situation. Okay, let's see what's in these notes. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got to focus on this stuff more. Yeah, I'm like Columbo. Just one more thing, but I keep forgetting to put that in. The lady at the table took the cab from Penn Station over to the ship, and the grand total, I told you the 18% tip, grand total came out to $72 for that cab ride. You'll see me walk it if you watch that video when I walk over. It's not that far. It didn't seem that that doesn't seem to take that long. You're walking along if the weather's good. Okay, got some good notes here. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Yeah, I met some new friends on the cruise ship, believe it or not. Well, I was meeting people right and left on that ship, but I met some good guys on there. Shout out to Brandon. You've seen him in some of my videos. And actually, I got an interview coming up with Brandon. I'm going to try to get that out maybe tonight, because in the notes here, some of the stuff I watched, Sarasota Tim was cooking up this bacon, and he was saying he got it from Walmart, and he thought it was pretty good bacon, like fancy grade. Well, my man Brandon was telling me he's got an amazing bacon that's got a very rich flavor to it, that's custom made in his neck of the woods. And I'm going to do an interview with him about it. And believe it or not, he also met some famous people. If you guys watch Discovery Channel, he actually met some of the guys on the show Moonshiners. And he showed me some pictures. I have that in the video. It's coming up. Okay. Yeah, so I was telling you, sometimes if you're new to the channel, we talk about this guy, Sarasota Tim. He's a bit of a lonely cowboy. He lives in a trailer, a travel trailer. Bought a brand new pickup truck recently. He has a brand new Honda Accord as well. But no home. He's taken the truck on a journey out west. He's going to Lachlan, Nevada. Now, guys, I'm thinking the only reason you go out to Lachlan, Nevada, like Tim's doing, so you can stay in the casino parking lot for cheap, but he's got a place in Florida to park the trailer. He's probably paying for both. He was coming into Lachlan today. I saw his latest video, and he was filming it from a distance. There is nothing around there, very little. I mean, it's sparse. The casino is like a lone, huge tower in like the desert, the scape as you look down. There's not really that much around. There is some kind of a river, and of course, casinos have like amenities like the swimming pool and stuff. But between you and me, I have a feeling Tim's not showing us, but I think he's doing casino gambling the whole time he's there. I think that's what's going on. That's why he goes there and he stays right at the casino. It costs too much, or there's not availability. He tried driving to Vegas last time. He got to Vegas. There's no place to put the trailer. So I think he's doing a bunch of casino play. Let's face it. At least I tell you guys about it. I'll show you guys. I'm going to do a video about that on the cruise ship and how I got the cruise for almost for free. Yeah, the super yacht, when I was in Nassau, Bahamas, you'll see the videos are up there. There was a super yacht that I was filming named Barbara. And it struck me when I was back on the ship, or when I was putting the video back up to the channel, I was like, you know what? That's an odd name for a charter boat. I don't think it is a charter boat. Like on Below Deck, they usually have these boats, and they give them kind of a name that's like generic, but it's like fancy, like Falcon or Gold Falcon or some weird thing like that. But to name the boat Barbara, I'm wondering if that's not, believe it or not, Barbara Streisand's yacht. What do you guys think of that theory? Leave in the comments. I was saying in the video my mom's name is Barbara as well. I'm going to show you guys what kind of cookies I got here. First, let me get into these notes here so I don't get sidetracked. Okay, this one's done. What's this note here? Oh, this is my to-do list for, yeah, I have to do everything myself. No butler, no maid here, no cook. Got to do it all, guys. Come on. It's hard. Like I say, the hardest part about taking a cruise is adjusting to normal life when you get back. It's rough. Especially, can't anyone take a cruise without getting sick? Come on. Big surprise, right? Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I was filming clips of the city on my way back. I'm going to have a lot of fun with those. I'll be putting shorts up on the channel. Keep an eye out. We talked about Sarasota. Yeah, he's known to treat himself to Wawa coffee. That's a gas station, kind of like 7-Eleven where we live. I just got some Sebs here. I'll show you what I got. He asks viewers to help pay for stuff like small things, like maybe a new Ford F-250, maybe a new Honda Accord. This is known as grifting. That's his specialty. There's a channel called Grifters Anonymous out there. I talk about his channel sometimes too. He comments on Tim. By the way, guys, I got to remember this. I'm going to put all the channels in my description. I saw Darling had done that. She mentions my channel in her videos. There's a whole list of these channels here to watch. I'm going to put them in. I got to remember that. Okay, so he's on this Western trip. And once he leaves Florida, he starts thinking he's a cowboy. He broke out this gigantic cowboy hat and an old-time, like, button-down shirt. He looks like he's out of the 1950s. He should really film his video in black and white. Now, guys, oh, yeah, Grifters Anonymous, the guy I was just talking about, he said now in one of his latest videos, he was talking about Tim apparently has some kind of a badge, and he was sporting that in one of his videos, or maybe he flashed it when he was showing, hey, I know he has some guns too. This guy, he might not be that nice, guys. So he's sporting a badge, and he's pretending to be kind of like an old-time sheriff with the cowboy digs on. Pretty crazy. Okay, so now what I wanted to do, I have a lot more stuff here to talk about on Tim, but what I was watching the news. I'm stuck inside. This is kind of sad. Chuck Woolery passed away. You remember his game shows? He was on a few different things. He actually started Wheel of Fortune, they said, and for whatever reason, Pat Sajak took that over, and he had a run of like, geez Louise, he just retired. But Chuck Woolery, I used to watch that show. I got a kick out of it. Love Connection. You guys remember that? Chuck Woolery, he passed away. He was 83 years old. He lived in Texas, apparently. Sorry to hear. You kind of feel old once people you see on these shows, you used to watching them, and then you hear they passed away. As if you're watching the show later, you know, you could be watching something from 1980 in modern, you know, closer to modern times, and you're like, the guy was young. So yeah, Love Connection. Now, yeah, he had some famous stuff. They would do, this was before computerized dating and stuff, and he would introduce these guys and the women or whatever and tell what they were looking for. It was kind of a crazy show to watch, and a lot of the people on there were like a little off. All right, our next contestant on Love Connection, we have a lonely cowboy. His name is Tim. He's known for his cowboy outfits, and he's got a luxurious trailer to live in. He's looking to meet a little lady. That's what his requirement is. But there's a catch. She has to be willing to buy him a cruise and or a condo. That's the type of girl he prefers. All right. And then he was like, and we'll be back in 2+2. And he would like wink. It was cool. Love Connection. You guys remember that? Chuck Woolery. So, okay, now this one here. Okay, so guess what, guys? For the first time in his travels that I've been seeing, he actually took a damn exit off the interstate. And it wasn't the usual stop in Bullhead or Lachlan, the old Bullhead City. He actually took an exit, believe it or not. The reason is he was trying to spark up his grill next to the gas pump when he was staying at the gas station. And they said, no, that's a no-no. You got it. If you want to grill, you can't do it right here. He was like, oh, I like to do it right in the same spot so I can fill my truck up with gas and cook my hamburger or my bacon while the truck's filling up here. So what he did, he was all nervous about this. He got off the interstate and he was on like this dusty desert road and it was kind of windy. And there was a spot that like, it looked fine. You could easily drive down that. It was a gradual turn that went down a bit and he was freaking out. He was like, oh, I don't know about that. That looks bad. Where am I going? He went maybe approximately 1,000 feet off the interstate. And then, so what he did, he pulled over and right on the side of the road, he just went to the other side of his trailer from the traffic and he put down that griddle that's on that trailer. We haven't seen that griddle in a long time. Well, he might have been using it on this trip, but in Florida, he's had the shades pulled. He's refused to show anything outdoors. His trailer, he's been a real mystery man. We don't know what's going on. So he finally used the griddle and he got his friend. He's apparently bunking up with his good friend or riding with him. Convoying. Double J, his friend Double J, they call him. And Double J apparently has a wife. She might be around somewhere and you might hear her. They don't seem to appear on camera, which, of course, what would you expect? What would you expect? That would make it, then you might start making the video interesting if you actually talked with Double J, talk RVing, do some of this stuff. And the craziest part is, folks, Double J actually has a YouTube channel. Some people left in the comments, thank you, some links to a Double J video. I checked it out. But the thing is, he doesn't have many videos. It's kind of a defunct channel. He had Hilton Paris in the drive-thru behind Tim when Tim paid it forward. Here's the craziest part. Double J, he's afraid to go on his own videos. He's camera shy. So I haven't even seen inside his trailer. Not trailer, but he's got this bus, so to speak, motorhome. I'll get to that in a minute because I'm afraid of backtracking myself here. So anyway, he finds this grilling spot just on the side of the road. He got out, just like the dust along the side of the road. He's stepping on there and he broke out the bacon. He cooked up some flapjacks, some eggs. He's pretending to be a chef. He had Double J working as his cameraman. Okay, the crazy thing, he got that thick cut bacon, right? And he was cooking that all up. And then he showed us his signature egg break and he cooked those things up. Of course, he burnt the eggs by the time he flipped them. You know that thin plasticky thing that's on the bottom of the eggs if you overcook them? Stuff's awful. You start eating that, man, that stuff gets in your teeth or your mouth. Like, my friend Kenyon, you've seen him. I go to the diner with him. If they bring him eggs that have that stuff on it, he's peed. He's like, damn, what the heck? I don't want it. He essentially burnt the eggs, the outer part of the egg. Bites. I feel bad for his friend Double J. Has to eat that. because you start eating that junk, it's gonna be a mess. It's not gonna be. You want the egg soft. You want it like nice, perfect. You don't have to worry about spitting pieces of it out. So anyway, after he got done with the bacon, his grill had all this sludge on it. So Tim was showing us there's a little hole in the corner. It's kind of like those hibachi drills, not drills, grills that you see when you go to the Japanese restaurant. They do the same type of thing, hibachi. So he scrapes it and he's showing us. That's his content. He's scraping bacon sludge off his griddle and he's putting it down this little hole. No joke. That's his content right there. It pretty much went down that hole just like his channel. The sludge went down the hole. There's your content, folks. So yeah. Okay, then okay, I got that stuff done. Okay, we're done with that one. There's one more here. So yeah, his friend has an amazing RV. This thing is called the Thor Axis, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, get this, Double J. He got these decals. You guys probably have seen it. He put decals on the RV that say Prevost. Prevost. It's French. It is a luxury bus maker. You've probably seen these gigantic tour buses. They say that on the back. Provo, I think. Tim's been saying Provo. So the guy went as far, he put the decal on that says Provo on this thing. It does kind of look like a mini type motorhome, like full size motor it's made out of a tour bus. I think they're called Class A. And this thing is this is much smaller. It's definitely not a Provo. Prevost. That's what it is. Prevost. So he went as far. I got a kick out of this on the side of it. If you see, he put decals that say "not for hire," and he made it like an official bus, so to speak. Pretty funny stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, you know what the problem with those? I actually looked it up on the internet before Tim even did this trip. I saw someone with one of those on YouTube, and I actually was looking into what the details were on it because I like the grill. I like the lines of that thing. It's a sexy lines on that Thor axis. That's some motorhome, right, guys? I love the design of that, no joke. But I looked it up, and the problem is it doesn't seem to come with a diesel. You can't get a diesel version. You imagine that thing with a diesel? That would be a real nice ride for doing touring in. It's got the Godzilla engine, like Tim's been boasting about. He's got the Babyzilla. This thing has the Godzilla, I think 7.3 liter V8. Just takes gasoline, 87. As far as I know, it's 87 octane. But the thing is, if you get that diesel and something like a motorhome, it really pays off because the diesel is so much more efficient. It adds up if you're doing like long travels with it. And the engines are a little more robust. They last longer. That's why people want the diesel. They're safer. The diesel's less likely to catch on fire. So let's see. Okay, that part's done. Yeah, guys, I had a little fun with the shorts. I found that music I was talking about in Nassau. You heard me doing a little rendition of it. Funky Nassau. It's from like the 70s, I think. It's pretty cool. I like disco. I got it on my playlist. I got the disco music. I got to add this one in. Anyway, I put up a short you guys can check about Nassau's going funky. And I used my video clip with the music. It came out. I loved it. It came out so good. And amazingly enough, it hasn't really gotten many views. I'm very surprised. I was like, just the thing that I love. I'm like, what's going on with this? This video is awesome. I don't know. I guess maybe the music's too dated. I don't know what it is. I'm living in the past, guys. I'm going on these cruises like Love Boat from the 1970s. Tell you what, I had a blast on there. I had a lot of fun. Now, let's just hope that I didn't get too sick from this cruise. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, and then I got a kick out of that girl. She was saying that the food wasn't good on the cruise. It didn't have enough seasoning. What kind of the perspective is so insane. She said you'd have to bring salt, pepper, and sugar to add on to your cruise food. Do you know I was at the table and the ladies at the table were saying they thought the chef put too much seasoning on the food. They're like, there's too much salt on it, too much seasoning. You just can't win, folks. Everyone's got their own opinion. But I'm telling you, I loved it. The food, I didn't have any food on that cruise that was bad. Not a single thing. There was nothing. And I had, when you're on those cruises, you have unlimited food. So it's very easy. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it, right? I never threw anything out. Anything I got, I ate because it was that delicious. By the way, guys, if you do cruising, they allow you 2 entrees for free, unlimited appetizers in the dining room. Dessert, I think you can get more than one dessert. But guys, take it from me. Don't waste food. Only get the stuff that you think you can eat. And you don't want to overeat on these cruises because you're going to feel sick. You're going to, from eating too much. Seriously. Seriously. Also, you know what? If it's meat products, be very careful. I don't like to waste meat because that's like a valuable protein food, you know. Don't order too much meat and then not eat it. Cuz that's, you know, an animal it's from an animal if you think of the whole concept. If you're going to eat it, fine, but like other things like a cake or something like that, you know, that's just like grain. You could, if you don't want to finish it, fine. You can have the desserts and not worry about it. That's my 2 cents. Tell me what you think in the comments. Oh, by the way, guys, what do you think? Is it time for a cookie? Check these out. These are white chocolate macadamia nuts. Yeah, and you won't believe where I got them from. 7-Eleven. I checked the ingredients. There's nothing terrible in these. Mainly got it for the video. Because with this Earl Grey tea, guys, this stuff is good. That's some good tea. And I'm sure I've had these cookies before, so I can tell you they are very good. They have a deal going on right now. I only paid $1.29. Comes in 2 cookies in that pack. Oh, that's delicious. I got some fresh 2% milk too. I just put 2% milk and an Earl Grey tea in here, organic Earl Grey. Tazo, have you heard of Tazo? I probably got it at Target. But you know what? No sugar in the tea. You don't need it. The cookies have a lot of sugar. Yeah, so check out that funky Nassau short video I put up. See what you think. Leave in the comments. Am I just plain outdated? Is that what's going on here? I thought it was cool. Okay, so yeah, I'll be uploading more cruise content plus the Bermuda cruise. I'll try to do something every day on the channel, put something up, you know? Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I was busy nonstop on that cruise, guys. I had barely any free time here. I thought as a solo cruiser that I would have all this free time. Did not happen. I'm going to put the whole cruise together. I'm going to put as a solo cruiser. I'm going to make a playlist of the cruise videos eventually, once I get more stuff up. I'll start putting the playlist together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was coming into New York, I was looking at my video that I did. It's amazing views. Yesterday's morning video. There's buildings in New York. I don't get this. They are so narrow. This one building, it looks like a spike. I don't know how they built it. It is some sight. I imagine if you have an office there, it's got to be the room. The floors are so tiny. If you have an office, they must put the bathroom on another floor. You probably have to go in the elevator to get to the bathroom. It's ridiculousness. And then if you get to the top of that building, it looks like it's so tiny, it's like a phone booth. Really amazing that they can make something like that. If I go into the city again, I'd like to try to walk over to that super narrow building and actually see it down at the street level and maybe go in the lobby and see what it actually looks like. It just looks so crazy. It's got to be ridiculously tiny. So, yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is try to get that interview up I did with Brandon where he tells you about that thick cut bacon. So you guys could be like Cowboy Tim and you can grill some of that stuff up. I just can't. Yeah, Tim, he's afraid to leave the highway. I don't understand this. And then, you know what? The other thing is, there's all those mountains in the background that look beautiful. Is there any way to actually go to those mountains, put on some hiking boots, right? Because there might be snakes. So maybe the cowboy boots you could. Can you hike in cowboy boots? I'm not sure about that. But go to those mountains, try to get to the base of them, and then do hiking up those mountains and film what that looks like. I am very curious to see that. Being that I live in New York, that's a rare sight for me. I haven't seen that kind of scenery. And in the past, if you guys know about like video games and stuff back from like the 1980s or 70s, they had like the old 2D graphics that would show you like something in the front and then there'd be like mountains way in the back. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And you keep seeing that in these videos, but you never see them get up to the actual base of the mountain or hike in the mountain on the mountain. You never see them do that. I'm not quite sure why. Leave in the comments if anyone knows. And if you aren't blocked by Tim with his comments, if you happen to be one of the people that he's given the gold seal of approval, you could put that in his comment. You put down New York Dan said, why can't you get to those mountains that are always in the background? Why can't you hike on those mountains? We want to see some content. You tell him New York Dan, his old friend, told you to say that. Put it down in his comment. I can't because I'm blocked from his comments or whatever. He can't say nothing to nobody these days. It's ridiculous. Just because I spoofed on him a little bit. I thought we were tight. Oh yeah, guys, I was gonna just tell you. I'm gonna try to put it from my phone. You'll see it in these videos coming up. I also, yeah, I made friends with this other guy on the cruise too, Lewis. Shout out to Lewis if he's watching. Yeah, we were having a lot of fun on that cruise. At night, we were hanging out, we were doing gaming and stuff, and the crew, it was a blast. I'm telling you, I hope to get back on real soon. I got to see if they sent me some more offers. My next cruise, I have one. I'm going on a vintage ship, Carnival Elation, in February, and I look forward to that one. And I'm actually going out of Florida on that one, Jacksonville. I'm going to combine it with my Florida trip. We may even go down to Bradenton and see if we can't find this elusive Sarasota Tim. His trailer's got to be around, and those parks are open to the public. I'll go in and see if I can't meet up with him. So anyway, guys, hit the thumbs up for me. Your friend, New York Dan, your pal. And I will keep you posted. I'm going to get more cool videos up maybe even tonight that I already filmed, like that interview. We're gonna go to the Smokies, Smoky Mountains, and yeah, this is New York. Dan, I will see you guys in the next one, and hopefully, I'm already feeling better. You guys cheered me up with the cold. I think that Earl Grey tea, the cookies. Hopefully, I'll be good to go. And and this isn't like COVID or something. I'll do a test. I'll do a test. All right, guys. Have a great night or a great morning. I'll see you in the next one.